Hi fam, and welcome back to my channel. I am Inathi Asavele Edith Mulawa. I'm also known as Miss Savvy the Rich Aunt or Lady Edith. Welcome back to my Savvy space. It is good to be back. It's good to actually sit in front of the camera and do what I love. That is talking in front of the camera and doing this YouTube thing. I've missed this space, but it's guys, if you know, you know why I went MIA. And I feel like I shouldn't say that it's good to be back, because you know me. I am that prodigal daughter that comes here, promises you consistency, and then disappears for a good 6 months to a year. And then I come back with excuses, even though my excuses are valid and I can explain. So if you knew, this is what's been happening. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and I was admitted at a psychiatric hospital. This comes after many losses that I experienced over the years, over the year 2020, and and then after that it was just a downward spiral, a roller coaster ride. So the initial plan was to actually tag you along, invite you for the ride, so that you can see how it, like umntu ogowayo on a depression and the reason I wanted to do that was to sort of like educate you, because before I was diagnosed with depression, I didn't have a full understanding of what was it. My knowledge was based on myths and misconceptions and all of that. It was not after I experienced depression then I knew, but in actual fact, it's not what I thought I knew. Right? So I wanted to actually kind of like educate you through my life's experience, and also just to break the stigma, and most importantly to support those battling with a mental illness, just to let you know that you are not alone and you definitely don't have to walk this journey alone. So that was the plan. It didn't happen because, hey man, when you're going through the most, it's so not easy to actually tell people Goa, so this is what's happening, and to educate, because Goa sana. So I decided, after my last video that I shared with you, I decided that, you know what, I think it's best that I put down the cape and accept that I need help, and just honor the season and be present. That's the best thing I did for myself, was to say, you know what, I love YouTube and I want to share, to spread the message to the people and to educate them, but now is not the time. What I need now is to heal and to focus on myself. So that's why I disappeared for a good, I don't know how many months. So after that video happened, I think after I uploaded that video, I think it was around April, May, but in June, I had an appointment with my psychiatrist, did some reviews, and we just did some reflections and just went down memory lane, and he was quite happy with my progress, and he was like, you know what, I've got good news for you. I'm officially putting you off antidepressants. That was the best day of my life, because let me tell you something. 2020, 2021, I was just living on drugs. I'm not the illegal drugs, medication. That's the only thing I knew, and it was quite depressing. So when he told me that I won't be taking antidepressants, I was super happy. But obviously he did warn me that, listen, from now on, you are going to fight depression non-farm without the assistance of medication. I was looking forward to it, but I didn't think it was going to be hard, because it was hard. It was hard. To be honest with you, I had days where I wanted to actually call my psychiatrist and tell him, dude, I think I need help. I think I need those meds. But I was so determined. I was so determined that, you know what, by the end of 2022, ndifuna uphila. I don't want to be singing this whole thing. I'm not going back with antidepressants. I'm done. Like 3 years for me was more than enough when it comes to suffering and pain and everything ugly and not so good. So I was so determined that, listen, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, and I'm going to go back to being my old self, even though I knew that the old me was dying, because the past 3 years, even though for me, it was a season of breaking and bending and unlearning and learning and letting go. It was basically a season of pruning and transformation. I knew that I was going to come out a new person and I was not going to be that person. But one thing that I truly longed for was to experience genuine joy and happiness, something that was just foreign. The only thing that was constant, the only emotion that was constant in my life was extreme sadness and pain. So I was so looking forward to going back to being that happy person, that talkative person. Yes, I know some of y'all are going to be like, we Inathi talkative, it doesn't make sense because I'm an introvert. Yes, I am an introvert, but once you create a safe space and if you are close to my heart, you get to experience the other side, the crazy side, the talkative side, the loud side. So I missed that side. So I was looking forward to going back to that and to actually come back to the people, because here's another thing. My coping mechanism, even though it was unhealthy, it was actually isolating. People drained me. I just didn't want to go out and be with the people. So I spent most of my 3 years indoors alone. I didn't want to mingle with the people. Like mingling with the people, an hour was more than enough. I just wanted to go back to my shell. So I was like, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. I'm not going back to taking antidepressants, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that I win this battle. So fast forward to December. I hardly spent Christmas at home. Growing up in December, I used to attend church camps, Pathfinder camps, ambassador camps, youth camps, like all that. So I never spent Christmas at home because December, guys, it's so depressing on its own. So this year, last year, December, my pockets were like, Sissy, are we in down? You're just gonna stay here. And honestly, I was not looking forward to it. I was like, depression is gonna come back full force because wow, and this was up and go December. But then God was like, just chill, my child, I got you. And so I spent Christmas with my older siblings, my older brothers, and my older sister, my sister-in-laws, and my nieces and nephews. And let me tell you something. For the first time in a long time, I got to experience true happiness, like the emotion, right? Something I longed for the longest time. Like I remember, because we were having fun, we were playing music, we were eating, we were laughing, we were dancing. It was so much fun being home, even though my mom was not there. And I remember while we were busy dancing, having a nice time, and then for a moment I sat down and I was like, do you feel it, Inathi? Like, do you feel it? And then I realized, well, I'm happy and I'm not forcing it and I'm not faking it. And it felt so good. I felt like just screaming and just shouting that I am back. Like I am alive, because that part of me, the happy part of me, had died and I had missed it. So going back home for me was a blessing. It was God's gift, I guess, because also when I ended off the year, I had told God, but listen, God, on the 31st of December 2022, it's transition complete. The preparation, the transformation, whatever you're doing in these 3 years, it must end on the 31st of December, because wow, Sana, 3 years is a lot. And the following year, 2023, I am not applying, and I don't want you to write a recommendation letter for me to be one of your strong soldiers. Andifuni ukuba ngukapadia isoja idela kufa lakho. I'm sorry, I can't. And the only thing I expect from you, 2023, is nothing but joy and peace and success. I'm expecting you to make me laugh just like you did with Osara. Like, I'm expecting all things good. I'm expecting you to usher me into a season of blossoming, a season of abundance, a season of favor, and a season of genuine happiness and joy. Nothing else. Askis. So I was very like, I prayed about that, and that's what I think God did for me. It was like God was telling me, listen, can you feel it? This is what's gonna happen next year when I'm about to shower you with all the blessings and give you what you've been praying for and fulfill my promises in your life. I need to bring back or to resuscitate that aspect so that you can fully enjoy the blessings that I have in store for you. So it was so good being home. And oh, another thing I forgot. So after my session with my psychiatrist, he was like, listen, whatever you're doing, continue doing it because it's working for you. And he was really happy with the progress that I had made. And he was like, listen, you once mentioned that you're on YouTube. I feel like you should tell your story, tell the people like what saved you, what you're doing, and just share your story with the people, just to bring hope. And I was like, yeah, I love YouTube and I really do want to share my story, because when I started the channel, one of the things I did say, is that I love testimonies. I'm a believer of testimonies, because for me that's one of the beautiful and purest forms of evangelism, just sharing your own experience of how God has been good and amazing in your life or in my life. But the problem is that for the longest time, I've been struggling with bouncing back and coming back to the people. Like I said, that I've been isolating myself for the longest time. And another thing is that with me, depression came with weight gain. Like, I gained a lot of weight, and at some point there were rumors that I was pregnant. Let me just clear this one. I was never pregnant. I am not pregnant. I don't have a kid yet. Yeah, I'm still waiting on God at the appointed time. So I experienced like massive weight gain. It was like, and while I was still on antidepressants, I was also put on another 6 months treatment plan for hormonal imbalance, which also messed up my weight. And my weight was just fluctuating. It was not even going up and down. It was just going up. And the first thing that people saw was the weight gain. And really, it was just not helping. It was messing up my self-confidence. So sitting in front of the camera and recording, even though I'm just going to record like headshot, headshot, right? Even though I was going to record here, but my face was full. I still feel like my face is still full, but I won't care. So I've been really struggling with that. So I consulted with a friend, Ofenji, and I was telling her, listen, I just want to share my story and I miss YouTube, but I can't. I'm not ready to actually do the whole setting up and sitting in front of the camera. And another thing is that doing this is too much admin, like setting up, finding the perfect lighting position and the sound, and then there's editing and everything is a lot of work. So the only strength I had then was just to survive. Any into that requires strength, I just didn't have it. It was just not there. So YouTube for me then was not an option. So my friend was like, how about you do like an audio version of it, some more podcast? So I was like, it's a good idea. So I prayed about it, and God gave me the title of my series, which was a 2-part series, The Awakening of Lady Edith. So it's a 2-part series. I think the first season has about 10 episodes and the second one has about 9. I'm not too sure. But I did that for a good 2 to 3 months, and it was a success, and it was beautiful. The best thing I've ever done for myself when it comes to my healing was actually doing the podcast and actually sharing my experience with you. And you should check it out. It's on Facebook and YouTube. Check me out on Facebook, it's Inathi Mbula Uzofmono, Inathi Mbula Banins, but look for the one that has Lady Edith. That's me. And then on Instagram, it's at the awakening of Lady Edith. So I take you back right like from the beginning, my childhood life, and every like bits and pieces of my life that I feel contributed to my mental health, whether it was negatively or positively. So the first season is about the background story, my origin story, like my childhood and everything, how I grew up, and certain aspects of my life that had a huge impact on my mental health or my mental illness. And then season 2 is the fire, is the chaotic season. That's where, yeah, when things were happening, where it was a movie, yeah, about the dark cloud, the sunken space, and all of that. So yeah, so if you want to know everything about me, if you want to know about my experience, and if you want to learn something new or to have a better understanding of what depression is and how it really looks like, and if you want some kind of motivation, just to, just you need someone to just something, or you just need something just to keep going on, I strongly advise to check out my podcast. I was supposed to upload it to Spotify, and is it Apple podcast, I think, but I haven't gotten myself to do it. I think I uploaded 2 or 3 episodes, but I will do that just for you. So that's what happened. And then 3 days before the new year, my friends and I went into a 3-day fast. We prayed together, cried together, interceded with the heavens. We were vulnerable before God, and we thanked God, gave him all the praises, and we asked him to actually enter 2023 with us. And it was beautiful. On the 1st of January, we had our lunch as sisters where we broke the fast, and it was a beautiful session. And again, the feeling, you were like, okay, Christmas, it was all fun and nice. I experienced the true happiness. I want to see if it's still there. Maybe and it was still there. I had so much fun, good laughter. Like I laughed loud, something I really missed, and it was so nice. And so when I start off the year, I always pray to God to actually give me a verse that is going to be my anchor for the season that he's ushering me into sana English kulo nyaka. And this year God was like, fear not. And he gave me the verse, I think it's found in 1 Timothy 1 verse 7. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to put it here. For I've given you with here sana, and then it just disappears. We have not been given a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. And for the longest time, I've been battling with anxiety, just the fear of the unknown, feeling small, always thinking, what if things go wrong, feeling like I'm undeserving, feeling like things are just gonna go wrong, nothing is gonna go right. And I felt like for all my life, fear has been one thing that has robbed me of a lot of things, opportunities, success, love, just everything. Fear is a thief, fear is a liar, and I have been a slave and a prisoner of fear and anxiety for all my life. And God was just telling me this year we are fearless. This year you are fearless, and I'm ushering you into a season of hope and peace and love and joy and success and all things good. And God gave me the song Maverick City Music. I love them. Maverick City Music is a group that actually played a huge role in my healing journey. If it wasn't for them and God, of course, I don't think I would have made it. Worship, as much as it sounds crazy and contradicting, like worshiping a God that you feel like is treating you unfairly, it's kind of contradictory, but somehow I still worshipped him, because as much as I felt like he had forsaken me, but a part of me knew that he hadn't. And for the longest time, Okay, when I was a child, I used to introduce myself as Asavela, but now I use my first name, Inathi, which means Inathi Nkosi, God is with us. And I love the name because it's a constant reminder that as long as I have breath in my lungs and I have my being, God is with me. He is with me now, in the present. So not for a minute, not for a second has he forsaken me, even though it felt like it, even though sometimes it felt like his silence was loud, but he was there with me in the fire. And those songs by Maverick City, The Story I'll Tell, Wait on You, and Jara have been my anchor. They kept me going. So I feel like you should just check them out, listen to them if you're going through the most, and just continue praising God and worshiping him even when it doesn't make sense. Trust me, that music does something even though you don't see it. So it has been my push to actually fight and to make sure that I make it through the end of the tunnel. So God gave me also the song Fear Is Not My Future by Maverick City, and that is my theme song, which also complements the verse of the year that God has not given me a spirit of fear but of love and hope and self-control. So that's what's happening. And you might be asking yourself, how am I doing? I am good. I am happy. Inathi is back, like I said, even though the old self has died and a new self has emerged. And everything. And I did share on my social media that, you know what, my pain has given birth to my purpose. I'm hoping that this year I will continue to share my journey and my experience, just to bring hope. Excuse me, just to bring hope and to tell people that you're not alone. And like I said, you definitely don't have to walk this journey alone. Yeah, I made it. I did it, and it wasn't easy, but it's possible. It wasn't easy, but it's possible. And also, God hasn't introduced me to the blessings and the prayers I've prayed for. Like, I feel like the past 3 years were my preparation season. Like, God was preparing me. I strongly believe that God was preparing me for the blessings and the prayers I've always prayed for and the responsibility that comes with them. I haven't yet experienced it. I'm still waiting on God, like Dad, anytime. But I know and I believe in my heart that this is going to be a beautiful season. But I am happy. I'm in a good space. I'm ready for everything beautiful that God has for me. I'm ready to laugh like Sarah. To experience the goodness. I did experience the goodness of God, but to experience it more. So I'm really excited for the year and what he has in store for me. And like I said, I'm not kapati this year. No, thank you. And easy breaks. So yeah, that's what's been happening. So happy, right. I'm good. I'm sure when the blessings and the prayers are being answered, I'm going to be even more. I almost said goodest, but you know. English guys, but because I've been quiet for the longest time because hey, I've been spending most of my time alone, so I was not talking to anyone. So you must understand. Please do forgive me. So yeah, I'm in a good space. I am ready to live life to the fullest. I feel like I've been given a second chance because in one of the episodes I share how I've lived my life based on people's expectations and opinions about me. I've always lived to please people, and in doing so I lost myself. And God, I feel like going through all of this, God was actually giving me a second chance to live life to the fullest. Not based on people's expectations and opinions, but based on God's terms and my terms. He is the senior architect, and he has given me the pencil to actually write down my life. Open said carved, I don't know. Yeah, so that's it for me. I know it's a mouthful. I still talk a lot, even though I say my videos are going to be short and then I go on and on and on. But hey man, I miss the space. Just in case I disappear again and don't have the energy or be in the mood to record this. So let me just take this opportunity and just give it to you. So this is supposed to be a life update, but gay life update is Bane witchcraft and developing disappear. So I'll just say this is proof of life. I'm here, I'm still breathing, I'm alive. God is good all the time. He is love, and I can testify. Like, look at my life. I'm here, I'm breathing, and I am happy. Whew. So yeah, this is the end of this video, first ever video of 2023. Guys, I don't know how many times I took to actually record this, because Sana, it's been a while. I don't know, but thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free. You do not pay a cent. Please do like. Apparently when you press the like button, you are actually helping this video to actually reach other people. So let's give other people the opportunity to listen to these news. Great news. So please do like this video. Do share it with your community, your friends, your family, your sisters, your brothers, everyone, your cousins. Tell them to come and join this family. And also, if you want to be the first one that is notified every time I upload this video, like VIP or VVVIP, please press the notification bell and you will be notified. You'll be the first one to be notified when I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have yourself a beautiful and amazing week filled with nothing but love, joy, and peace. That's it from me. It's goodbye and God bless you.